Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here. I'm hoping this is going to be a short video. I've been on the road about 5 hours today and I had to go to the VA in Birmingham. Had an appointment out there and everything went well, so I'm back home now just trying to make a quick video. I researched this stuff on Sunday because I knew I wouldn't have time to do it today. So it's just going to be a couple of stories. But before I get started, I have 2 bars of silver. 999 pure silver. 2 bars going to a subscriber who leaves a comment in the month of May. Names will be put in a hat. June 1st at 8 p.m. on a live stream, we'll be giving these bars away. Tonight I want to start off in Maricopa County, Arizona. This is actually a pretty good story. It shows a lot about some kids are really smart. It took this kid a long time before he woke up and did something about his abuse. But let me tell you his story. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office arrested 27-year-old Colin Steffi after receiving an email from Steffi's elementary school-age son. He said he was afraid to go home and he had endured abuse for over 2 years. Police officers actually visited the boy at the school, and I'm really grateful to them for taking his email seriously. So many people would have taken an email from a small child and thought nothing about it. But people, they did. These officers visited the child at Riverview Elementary School. The nameless child reported to the officers that the night before he was hit in the face, thrown into the kitchen cabinet, hit on his head, and then, while on the floor, he was kicked in the ribs by Steffi. A short time later, police officers arrested Steffi. It seems to me, though, that the child's mother should be arrested as well. I mean, she was there. She admitted that she saw the abuse and did absolutely nothing about it. She ought to be arrested for covering up for him because she said absolutely nothing about this abuse. Steffi told the police that he did indeed hit the child in the face with a plastic container. He punched him, he grabbed him by the neck, and he threw the boy into a counter and then stepped on his son while the boy was on the floor. And you know what? The sick part is he has anger issues. So he's going to probably get off claiming he has anger issues, and they're going to send him to some kind of counseling, and he's going to wind up hurting this boy all over again. Makes me sick, people. These people that harm our children, they need to be put behind bars. But they need to get 3 squares and a cut. They need to have to deal with a life in prison. I guarantee you it's not much fun. I've never been there, but I've been told that prison ain't no fun. And it's my belief that all child abusers, traffickers, exploiters, they should all be in prison. No doubt about it. Got one more little short story out of Georgia. We're going to talk about a social predator. This is going to prove my point about online predators and how social media turned the tables on one trafficker in Atlanta. Quatavius Obi lured young women from rural South Carolina with promises of a lavish lifestyle and luxury living. But he forced them into prostitution and he punished them when his demands were not met. 32-year-old Quintavious Obi was sentenced to serve 21 years and 6 months in prison for sex trafficking and witness tampering. Court papers show the role of social media and what it played in the crimes against these young girls and how prosecutors used Obi's own social media postings against him in court. Human sex trafficking is nothing more than modern-day slavery. The threats, the physical abuse inflicted on these 2 teenagers only add to the heinous nature of this man's crimes. Obi used social media over several months, showing his stack of cash many times on his Instagram account. So he was sitting there waving cash and back and forth saying, "Come on, girls, come see me in Atlanta. I've got money for you." Well, these two idiots took him up on it. You know, even though Obie never had a job, he made a lot of money because he had several victims. Here's the lie that Obie's defense attorneys told in court. A bald-faced lie. Right in front of the judge, it was a lie straight up, straight down. Attorneys said that Obie never told the girls that they would be working as prostitutes or strippers and made no money from these women. Instead, Obie claimed that he got his money from strip clubs for promoting their clubs on his social media website and influencing people to come to their clubs. Well, evidently only his lawyers were convinced of this lie because the judge sentenced Obie to 21 years and 6 months. You know, the funny thing about it was once he was arrested, he was still harassing these victims, trying to get them to not tell the truth on the stand. You know, Obie had 2 victims, and they fled from him, and they ran to the police. And they told Obie how Obie gave her a job in an Atlanta strip club and prostituted her on the infamous shut down now Backpage sex trafficking website. Obie made the victims give him all the money made from stripping and prostitution, and when victims failed to give Obie what he thought was the right amount of money, he would beat and torture these girls. Obie pled guilty in January to sex trafficking charges connected to this case. After he was released on bail, Obie continued to harass and intimidate his victims. Obie tried to stop his victims from testifying against him, but it didn't work, people. He was caught on that case too, so now he's serving 21 years and 6 months. Another predator off the street. People, I'm Deplorable Bobby. I appreciate you coming in and watching for a little while. I want to thank my subscribers. My subscribers are the most important people on this channel because without you and the viewers, I would not have a channel. So I want to thank you, each and every one. I want to thank my new subscribers. Right off the top of my head, I remember Poor Dirt Farmer from Oklahoma. He subscribed today. He's the only one I can remember right off the top of my head, but there's several. And I'm grateful. Thank you. Remember our children. Pray for our children. Pray for each other. I'll see you tomorrow. My name's Bobby. Deplorable Bobby. This is the way I see it.